Mary Graham, you have done an incredible job putting this together, and Bruce and Sammy for all your involvement. Please, can you stand over here? Thank you. I can't thank you enough. This means the world to me. It really does. So, thank you for that. I have a Donna mentioned about when we first met and how sort of what was going on in our world in 1977. That was a big year for us. The first oil from the oil pipeline came to arrived in Valdez that year. I met Donna. We were married that year. And the third thing happened is I was asked to go to California with a group of Alaskans to meet with the governor of California to talk about an all-Alaska gas line. And it was just going to happen right behind the oil line. We just knew it was going to happen. And so that's when I sort of, I was in the city council and someone said, who wants to help on the gas line? And I raised my hand, and little, I think 32 years later, I'm still raising my hand saying, I'll do what it takes to get a gas line done. One of the, today I was thinking about tonight and reflecting back on a speech I gave when I was mayor around the time of the first oil that came in. I said, our duty as Alaskans was, at that time, was to make sure that when the last barrel of oil comes through the pipeline to Valdez, that it's something that we celebrate, not something we mourn. That we are taking the resources that we're blessed with, and we have used them wisely to carry on after that. And unfortunately, that hasn't happened. I mean, we really haven't replaced that income. We still have 85% of our income is based on that oil, and the oil is 2/3 gone. And so it's like if you had a pump in a bathtub and you were pumping oil out. I mean, there's only so much. It's a non-renewable resource. So we haven't done what I think we should have done. We have spent 32 years waiting for somebody else to do it. And we have had all the studies, we've had all the contests and all the different efforts around you can imagine, to get a gas line done by somebody else doing it. And now I look at where we are, and I look out at this age group, and I mean, this is what my campaign is all about. It's about your generation. We've had an incredible ride with the oil. I mean, this state before oil was discovered was very different. One of the reasons I worked 3 jobs in Valdez at 12, we didn't have TV. You take TV out of your life, it goes. We didn't have radio, we didn't have TV, we didn't have a theater, but it was just a different world that we lived in, and we didn't have the educational systems we have. We didn't have the health care systems we have. I mean, there's so much we didn't have, and I look at that, and it concerns me a lot. And I have worked with, in the past on this issue, I worked with Governor Knowles on first term, second term, Governor Mikowski one, and Governor Palin half on this effort on get this gas line. And one thing that became clear to me as I traveled the world, and I've probably been to Houston maybe 50 times, 60 times in all parts of the world on this issue. But one thing became clear: if we don't do it ourselves, it's not going to happen. And that's my whole issue is we need to create the infrastructure. When I say we, the state needs to be the owner. The private sector needs to build it. The private sector needs to operate it. We need to own that gas line. We almost own the oil line. Governor Egan in 1970 had a special session about that, and there was a lot of discussion about owning the oil line. Given what we have now, what we've learned since the oil line, it's time for us to stand up and do what needs to be done. No one owes us a gas line. No one owes us a future. We owe us a gas line. We owe us a future. We owe you a future. I mean, for us to sort of walk away and say, well, it's been a real good ride on the income from the oil. Sorry, you're not going to have the same. That's just wrong. Somebody asked me recently, they said, Bill, are you doing this out of guilt? I said, a little bit I think I am. Because what I know about how I think things are going to play out in the state if we don't replace the lost income on oil, it is. I mean, I can't walk away from this knowing what I know. Sometimes I say I wish I didn't know what I know, because I know things that cause me to do what I'm doing. You know, I'm not a politician that's looking to run on for Congress or run for Senate and other higher offices. That's not what I'm about at all. I want to secure a future for your generation, for your future, for your children, for my children, my grandchildren. That's what this is about. We have an incredible amount of gas on the North Slope. A portion of it is needed for pressure for the oil. A portion of it can be taken off now. Could have been taken off long ago. It's time that we do that. The markets are willing. The financing is available with federal loan guarantee. I come from a building background. I'm an attorney by profession, and I enjoy doing that. But my real passion is building. Anybody that's hung out around our houses helping move stuff really don't know that. But to me, it's like we have a vacant lot, and I use Fairbanks as my example because it's colder in Fairbanks. It's like we have a vacant lot, building lot. We have a foundation in. It's 40 below. We have all the building materials sitting around. All the trusses, the floor joists, the framing package, the mechanical, all the tools we need. And we're all huddled by a campfire, trying to stay warm, saying, why doesn't somebody build us a house? And my response is, why don't we build us a house? When did we stop being Alaskans? That's what we do. That's what we did. I mean, my mother came up into Alaska and worked on the Alaskans Highway. You know, my father was in the Alaskan Scouts and the Aleutians during World War II. Alaskans we are here and we stay here. We love the state because we are different. We are rugged individuals, and we like that. And we're proud of that. And so, my whole issue is that we need to take control of our future. We need to stop waiting for somebody else to do what we should have done some time ago, and we need to use all the tools that we have. I mean, the education in this room. You look at people that are in school that are scratching their heads saying, should I stay or should I leave? And I say stay. But you have to have a reason to stay. You have to have a reason to know that there's going to be an economy and a future in this state. So that's what this campaign is about. My campaign is about you. It's about, we owe you what we were provided, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that happens. And I've been traveling the state, and this is the kind of setting, this is the kind of group I really wanted to talk to. And Mary, I can't thank you enough for that, because it's about you. It really is about you. It's not about, you know, us and my generation that we could retire and we could move on and go to some place in the sun for a certain part of the year, and you know, good for those that can do that. But that is not going to be what is going to resolve and keep you in the kind of lifestyle that we have grown to enjoy in the state. So I cannot thank you enough for being here. Taylor has been a wonderful. Where are you, Taylor? Taylor has been absolutely wonderful. Somebody said, "Are you concerned about somebody of that age as your campaign manager?" I said, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "That's with his knowledge, his passion, his love for this state. You can't replace that with you know, any age of experience." Taylor has some wonderful experience that he brings to the campaign, and we were very excited about that. He's a perfect fit for us because this is what it's about for me. This is about your future, and no one knows it than somebody who is closer to your generation, obviously, than mine. So I'm very proud of having Taylor as part of this. We have been so blessed with family that has been helping, and anybody that stops by, Sam doing the shirts. I mean, it's just every time I turn around, there's something else that's been done that I don't know about, and I so appreciate that. So, you know, there's ways that you can participate. You know, this is going to be a grassroots campaign, and this is the kind of setting. This is the kind of group that I'm most interested in engaging, because you really need to be engaged in this election, because as we're kind of on the edge with where we are on additional oil, get involved. I'm so pleased to see you are here. So anyway, thank you again, and Mary, I can't stop thanking you for all you've done. You're just absolutely wonderful. So thank you very much for being here, and I can answer any questions as we mill about. So thank you very much.